is a road that leaves this town, past the barns and rusted gates, where the dust hangs in the twilight like a story that still waits. I was driving with no map, just a heart too tired to fight, and the headlights cut in pieces out of miles of empty night.
Every town I passed was sleeping, every porch light burning low, like the world was softly breathing, watching strangers come and go.
I had questions in the silence that no radio could drown, just the hum of worn-out tires as the darkness wrapped around. Maybe the long way home tonight is the road I need to ride, through the quiet fields and shadows where the truth don't have to hide. Not a voice across the heavens, not a sign in burning flame, just the feeling in the distance that someone still knows my name. Stop beneath a lonely water tower, painted letters peeling slow, where the wind across the farmland sings a song the lost ones know. I sat there on the tailgate, watching constellations turn, like the sky was writing answers for a heart that had to learn.
I remembered every wrong turn, every bridge I tried to burn, every night I kept on running from the things I couldn't earn.
But the dark felt less accusing than the nights I used to know, like the road itself was saying, you don't have to go alone. Maybe the long way home tonight is the path I had to find, through the miles of broken highways and the corners of my mind. Not a thunder in the distance, not a miracle in sight, just a peace that starts to settle in the middle of the night. Maybe mercy moves like highways, stretching farther than we see. Maybe healing waits in silence, where a restless soul can breathe. Maybe truth ain't loud or shining, maybe it's the morning air, when the sun climbs over ridges and reminds you someone cares. I kept driving toward the sunrise, watching darkness fade away, and the fields began to shimmer in the gold of early day. And the weight I carried years felt like dust upon the wind, like the road had slowly led me to a place I'd never been. Maybe the long way mercy and the choices I would make. Not a crown or golden glory, not a banner in the sky, just a love that kept on riding even when I passed it by. So if the road you're on feels endless and the night won't let you roam, keep your wheels upon that highway.
Sometimes the long way
is the only way home. I was halfway past the state line with a tank almost on empty. Billboard ghosts and broken neon, watching miles roll under me. There was gravel on the shoulder and the moon hung low and pale, like a lantern in the distance on a long forgotten trail. I'd been carrying old echoes from a life I couldn't mend, every memory like thunder, every road a dead-end bend. But the highway kept on humming like it knew what I might find. Somewhere past the fading darkness, waiting on the other side. There's a light in the rear view tonight, not the kind you leave behind. It's the kind that keeps on following through the corners of your mind. Not a fire up in heaven, not a sign across the sky, just a glow that keeps reminding you you don't have to run and hide. I pulled off near an old truck stop where the coffee tasted burned, where the waitress with tired eyes knew the look of someone hurt. She said, son, these roads get lonely when you drive them by yourself. Then she slid that cup across the bar like a story from a shelf. Back out on that endless blacktop, something felt a little clear, like the night had turned a corner, like the weight had shifted gears. And the wind across the prairie carried something calm and warm, like the quiet after lightning, after years inside a storm. There's a light in the rear view tonight, but it's not the past I see. It's a quiet kind of mercy rolling somewhere close to me. Not a shout across the heavens, not a trumpet loud and bright, just a steady glow beside me through the longest stretch of night. Maybe truth ain't loud or shining, maybe it's the road ahead Maybe grace is just a whisper in the miles we thought were dead. Maybe hope lives in the silence where the restless finally stand, and the road you kept escaping was just leading to that hand. I kept driving toward the sunrise, watching shadows slowly fade, and the sky above the valley looked like promises being made. And I felt the world forgiving every mile I used to fight, like the dawn had been waiting just beyond the longest night. There's a light in the rear view tonight, but it's not what I once knew. It's the kind that walks beside you when the road feels lost to you. Not a crown or golden halo, not a banner in the sky, just a love that keeps on riding even when the tanks run dry. So if you're driving through the darkness with the weight of yesterday, keep your eyes upon the highway. There's a light that knows you.
There's an old bridge out on Miller Road where the paint's all cracked and thin, where the river moves like time itself, slow enough to pull you in. I used to park my truck there late when the town was fast asleep, just to hear that water talking about the secrets that it keeps. I had miles behind my shadow and mistakes I couldn't hide. Every mile marker reminded me of the man I left inside. But the night was wide and open, like a page I couldn't read, and the wind across the river felt like something meant for me. And the river knows my name tonight, though I never said a word. In the quiet of the midnight air, every broken prayer was heard. Not a flame across the heavens, not a voice for all to see, just the water moving slowly, like it understands a soul like me. There were headlights on the highway, fading somewhere down the bend, like the past I kept outrunning, like a ghost that wouldn't end. But that river kept on rolling like it didn't judge a thing, like it knew a heart could wander before it learned how to sing.
So I threw a stone into the dark, watched the ripples spreading wide, like the weight I'd carried years, finally leaving with the tide. And the silence felt forgiving, like the night had turned a page, like the world was slowly loosening every knot of guilt and rage. And the river knows my name tonight,
though I never said a word. In the quiet of the midnight air, every broken prayer was heard. Not a thunder rolling through me, not a miracle to claim, just the water in the moonlight, softly washing off the shame. Maybe mercy moves like rivers, slow and steady through the years. Maybe healing comes in whispers, not in crowds or cheers. Maybe truth is in the stillness, where the restless finally stand, and the road you tried escaping is just leading to that hand. I stayed there till the sunrise, painted gold across the stream, and the world felt a little lighter than it had in years, it seemed. And I swear that moving water said more than words could say, like forgiveness flows forever if you let it find its way. And the river knows my name tonight, like the wind across the plains, like the dawn that breaks the darkness after miles of pouring rain. Not a crown or shining halo, not a trumpet in the sky, just a peace that finds a traveler when he's finally asking why. So if you ever feel like running down a road you can't explain, find a bridge above a river and listen when it calls your name.
I was driving past a county line with a sky that looked like broken glass, radio humming some old steel strings, talking about things that never last. There was gravel in my rearview mirror and a long road up ahead. I had questions in the silence and a storm inside my chest.
I've been running from the quiet like a man afraid of night, but the wind across the open field started setting something right.
Every mile felt like a whisper, every fence post like a sign, like the world was slowly telling me, son, you're gonna be just fine. Somewhere past the fading daylight, where the dust turns into light, there's a voice inside the stillness that can pull you through the night. Not a shout from some high mountain, not a thunder in the sky, just a hand you feel beside you when you thought you had to drive alone tonight.
I pulled over by a wheat field where the stars were burning slow, and the highway kept on breathing like it had somewhere to go.
I said words into the darkness, not the kind you say in church, just the kind a tired soul whispers when it's done with all the hurt.
Then the night got kinda gentle, like the world had heard my plea, and the wind moved through the tall grass like it carried something free.
I didn't see a shining halo, didn't hear a choir sing, but the weight I'd been dragging didn't feel like anything. Somewhere past the fading daylight, where the dust turns into light, there's a voice inside the stillness that can pull you through the night. Not a fire across the heavens, not a miracle to prove, just a quiet kind of mercy in the space between the truth and you. Maybe grace ain't loud like thunder, maybe it's the morning breeze, maybe it's the road still waiting when you fall down to your knees. Maybe hope ain't in a headline or a preacher on a screen. Maybe hope is just a whisper in the miles you've never seen. I kept driving through the darkness till the sky began to glow, and the first light hit the valley like a promise down below.
And I swear I felt forgiveness in the sunrise on that hill, like the world was softly saying you were lost, but you're here still.
Somewhere past the fading daylight, where the dust turns into light, there's just a love that keeps on riding in the empty passenger chair. So if you're driving through the silence with a heart that feels like stone,
keep your hands upon the wheel tonight.
you might find you're not